So good. I'm Mark Matsumoto and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you one of my favorite quick stir-fry recipes. My chicken with black pepper sauce comes together from just a handful of ingredients in a matter of minutes. It's brimming with juicy chicken and sweet crunchy veggies in a peppery sauce. So let's start with a look at our ingredients. For the chicken, I'm using a boneless skin-on chicken leg, or about 350 grams of chicken thighs. I've got a video showing you how to debone a leg, so I'll link to it in the description. We're gonna marinate this with 8 grams of garlic, 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine, 8 grams of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of potato starch, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. For the stir fry, I'm using half a small onion, 2/3 of the small red bell pepper, an equal amount of green bell peppers, a tablespoon of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, and 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. To prep the black pepper sauce, I prefer cracking whole peppercorns with a mortar and pestle. The large pieces provide bursts of aromatic heat without making the sauce look muddy. You could also do this by putting the peppercorns in a bag and crushing them with a rolling pin. This is looking perfect, so let's get these into a bowl. I'm gonna add most of the cracked black pepper to the sauce, but you want to reserve a little bit for the garnish. Then I'm gonna grate our clove of garlic into the bowl with the pepper. Finally, I'm gonna add the Shaoxing wine, potato starch, and salt. For the chicken, I'm gonna start by lining it up so it's roughly rectangular, and then I'm gonna cut it into 3 even strips lengthwise. If you're using thighs, you'll want to cut them into 2 strips instead of 3. Then I'm gonna cut the strips into large bite-sized pieces. You can also cut them up smaller, but I like how the large pieces tend to stay juicier. Okay, let's get these into our black pepper sauce and mix it all together. By the way, if you're wondering where the oyster sauce is, you don't want to add it to the marinade like I do with my black pepper beef recipe, because chicken tends to take longer to cook, and the sugar in the sauce makes it easy to burn. Okay, these are looking good, so let's prep our veggies. We want to cut these into 3/4 inch squares, so for the onions, I'm going to trim the ends off and slice it in half once vertically before cutting it into strips. Now I'm going to chop these into squares. For the red bell pepper, I'm going to split it down the indentations in the pepper. This is where the membranes are, so when you pull the pepper apart like this, it makes it very easy to cut out and remove the seeds and membranes. Once the peppers are trimmed, cut them into 3/4 inch strips, and then we're gonna cut those strips into squares. The process for the green peppers is the same. This is an Asian variety of pepper, but any mild green pepper like a green bell pepper or Anaheim chilies will work. Get these into the bowl with the other veggies and we're ready to start stir frying. I've got a frying pan preheating over medium heat, and I'm gonna add the oil and the chicken. You'll notice the pan is warmed up, but it's not ripping hot. That's because the chicken's gonna take a while to cook, and we don't want it to burn before it's cooked through. Spread the pieces around the pan and arrange them so the skin side is facing down. By the way, you can do this in a wok if you want, but woks are only useful when you can heat the whole surface of the pan on a stove where the flames come up the sides. Western stoves are built to heat a flat-bottomed pan, which is why I prefer using a frying pan here. Now we want to let the chicken fry on this side until it's golden brown. This will take about 2 minutes. While we wait for that chicken to brown, I want to thank all of you who subscribe to my weekly recipes over at marksrecipes.com. If you haven't been over there yet, it's where I share a new easy recipe every week, including stir fries like this juicy steak and tomato stir fry, this vibrant pineapple shrimp, or this autumn kabocha with pancetta and pine nuts. So go check it out. All right, let's get back to our black pepper chicken. Okay, this is looking good, so let's flip the chicken over. Oh, look at that browning, and it smells amazing. Now I'm gonna let the chicken brown on the other side for about another minute or so. Once the chicken is mostly cooked through and golden brown on both sides, I'm gonna add the veggies and crank the heat as high as it'll go. Stir fry the veggies with the chicken for about a minute or two. You can use chopsticks or spatulas to stir the ingredients around the pan, but the most effective method for getting everything moving is to use a tossing motion with the pan like this. You want the onions to turn slightly translucent and the colors of the peppers to become vibrant, but they should still be nice and crisp. Okay, this is almost done, so I'm gonna drizzle on the toasted sesame oil, as well as the oyster sauce. Give this a few tosses to coat the chicken and veggies with the sauce, and our black pepper chicken is ready to serve. Like any stir fry, there's no need to get fancy with the plating, and the key here is speed. Just get everything onto a plate, along with that luscious black pepper sauce. Then I'm gonna garnish this with some more cracked black pepper, and this is ready to eat. I can't even begin to describe how good this smells, so let's try it out. All right, I'm gonna grab some chicken here first. Woo! That packs a punch. And I'm not just talking about the heat. That black pepper is super aromatic, and the umami is just on another level. All right, let's try out some of these vegetables. Oh yeah. They're still crispy. The peppers and onions are nice and sweet, and it's the perfect counterpoint to that juicy, savory, and spicy chicken. This chicken with black pepper sauce is super simple, but it's loaded with flavor, so I hope you'll give it a try. Well, I've got to go give my orchids some love, but check out this playlist for more easy stir fries, and I'll catch you in the next one.